Let's see. Oh, what? 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 All right, this is going to be a fun video today. We are going to go into the forge and craft as much of this delicious stuff as possible. And I pretty much save up all my forge pieces until the clan versus clan runs. And there's two versions. There's one with personal rewards and the ones without. This is the one without. Now, normally I don't wait to the last 6 hours before I do this, but what was going on is that I was inside of the Marius missions and I needed all the time to finish this, and I wanted to get this part right here, craft a mythical artifact from the forge. Perfect timing, because I normally only craft every 2 weeks. I just save up all the stuff. So what you're seeing here is basically 2 weeks worth of crafting, and my primary focus right now is going to be the perception gear. That's where I get the most value currently. I definitely need speed and accuracy. Now, if you've not done so already, there's a link in the description. Scan the QR code on the screen. You'll get not only Corrado is a legendary, but you're also going to get 2 amazing epic support champions. Ugo, who puts like immunity, basically blocks buffs from going on the other side, very useful. And Hydra, and then Tagar, who's got a team revive. Then in the first 24 hours of playing the game, you have the option of selecting one of these other legendaries. Currently, my suggestion is Desert Queen or Monkey King. I did Monkey King, and that's the one that I am currently the biggest fan of, is Monkey King. That one will be running until the end of June. And then pick your starter champion. I would pick Kale is my suggestion on that. Also, if you want to start a new account, you need a new email and you need to do it on a new device or PC, uninstall everything and you're good to go. Let's get started. Before we do that, I just kind of want to go through this entire process of what I would do. I would need to see if I have enough places to, actually craft the gear. So it looks like we're running at like only 350 paces, 350 slots left. So I need to open up another 300, let's say. And the way that I'm going to do that, I'm going to use the Hell Hades artifact extractor. I'll get that up and running and I'll show you how it works.
Eventually.
All right, so this is third party, and I do pay the premium version on it, which I believe is £5 a month. I do get a lot of value on this. What this does, it works with the PC client, and I have it linked through the Hell Hades website. Now, what I'm going to do is I need to sell some of these things off. So I'm going to go into sell mode, sell list, and I'm going to reset everything first. And then let's go out of it, reset, okay, exit. And then I'm going to set my parameters right here. Not equipped artifacts. I'm actually good on my accessories. I don't really mess with them too much. And I'm trying to sell, I don't know, a couple 300 or so. So what I will do is I will go in here, and there is their artifact rating and the artifact potential. And I'm actually going to be selling off the ones that are not equipped, that don't have the potential of being very strong. They can be upgraded. So there's Bane, which is trash, very weak, average, strong. You can see here I've got currently, by going up to the strong, I've got 109, but I'm going to need more than that. So I'm going to select very strong right here. And see, 425. All right, I'm going to pull the trigger on this right here, because I just have too much stuff. And we're going to hit sell mode. We're going to hit add all. And then we're going to hit sell list, and we're going to hit sell all. And then it's going to populate in game. Now I'm going to switch sides. And it says 22 million. So this is going to sell off 22,425,000 of my artifacts, which probably a little bit excessive. Now, I am going to deselect some of the 9-piece sets because I'm finding that I'm going to need them, right? So we're going to go in here and do this. Now, interestingly enough, as soon as the CVC ends, there is an artifact enhancement, so I will have some silver, but I'm just running into that I have a ton. And then also right now, okay, so here we are. We need to save these protections. So I'm going to save, you know, the legendary and the mythical ones, and I'm going to sell off the rest. So I'm kind of just going through here. I feel like I need to save the legendary and the mythical on these. And probably on the stone skin one, I probably need to save a lot of them because the stone skin is super valuable. I'm going to save even the epics on the stone skin because it just is probably one of the better sets. I don't really want to sell these off. I need to start making use of it. And that's exactly where I am right now in the game. I've been doing primarily like 2-piece sets. And I think I'm going to start working on telling the artifact enhancer to go after certain sets and equip characters with certain sets. I've not been doing that. I've been just mostly focused on not necessarily like the set bonuses, but the stats. And that isn't the best, right? At some point, I need to move away from that. I really do. Let's see, we're going to sell off the bolster. Defiant. All right, I want to keep some of these legendary and mythical. Let's see, impulse. No, we're going to move on from that. Let's see, zeal. Nope. Supersonic. Oh boy. I'm just also, I think making a 9-piece set is challenging, and so I want to give myself the best opportunity to do that later, whether that's re-rolling or whatever, because I know if I get into a place where I'm missing, you know, that key piece or has the wrong stats to make a full 9-piece, that can be a problem for sure. And I probably am selling off more than I should, but I got to make space, right? I got to make space. So I am selling off a lot of the epics, and I'm just keeping the legendaries for now. Boy, Slayer. Oh boy. I'm comfortable selling these Slayers, actually. I've been pretty good about using them. Slayer's been okay. Plus, we also get that inside of the Forge Pass. Now, I do buy the Forge Pass, so if your amount that you get after 2 weeks is not as high as mine, well, maybe that has something to do with it, is that I'm doing the Forge Pass. Okay. Stone Cleaver Rebirth. Okay, so 329. We're going to sell that. And let's see. That should give me enough to be able to forge. And now I have a bunch of silver. I got 17 million silver. So I'm going to be good to go when the event starts here in a little bit. So I'm going to go to the forge, and I don't really focus on anything other than perception at this time. I feel like perception is my best bang for the buck, because speed and accuracy are just like alpha stats in this game. All right, so I'm gonna do gauntlets right here, and then in the secondary, I'm gonna focus on speed and or accuracy. I want to kind of double down on whatever we're going to do here. Speed. Now, I'm selecting gloves. I would not select boots here because I don't want the substat. But if I do select the boots here, I'm going to probably change the secondary stat to accuracy. And what I'm really looking for is a mythical to finish off that quest. I have 47. I think we're going to probably pull one here pretty quick. Clan quest. Okay. All right. We got some legendaries. All right, hopefully we got some good secondary speed stats. That's what we're looking for. Primary stats of speed would be very helpful. Let's see what we got there. Probably going to sell that off right here. Gauntlets, HP. All right, has accuracy but no speed. We're kind of looking to double down on speed and accuracy. Unfortunately, we didn't get a mythical. So we have 37 left at that. I mean, there's still a chance, but this ups the chance, right, of getting a mythical. So let's go. And all right, forge mission. So that means I pulled a mythical. Let's take a look at what we got. There it is right there. Shield. Okay. It's a 5. Oh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy, I really need 6s. Let's see. Oh, what? 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 All right. All right. Let's see what we got here. Critical damage and speed and accuracy. Yes! Holy moly. Look at that. Percent crit damage, percent HP. I don't want to upgrade it right now. I'm not going to upgrade it right now because the artifact enhancement event starts in 6 hours. But like, that's going to be a W right there, right? That was amazing. We got speed. Okay. Let's see, gauntlets. This is a 6. What do we got here? Gauntlets. So, you know, we've got one probably W right here, right? Crit damage, accuracy, speed. So that's what we're looking there. So, and then we also essentially finished this mission, right? And so now we can work on the next one and so on and so on. Actually, it's going to get pretty easy. Yeah, I feel like I hit like a roadblock and then it gets stuck and then it takes a while to get where I want to go. And, you know, it just is like, I do it. I also got to collect a clan quest. I guess I must have knew that I was going to be forging. Yeah, I knew I was going to be forging. So there we go. See, they craft, right? See, they craft epic or higher artifacts helmet in the forge. Okay, well, we'll get there. I knew I was going to be forging this week. All right, let's go back to perception. We still have some mythical. We still have some rarity. We're using it. And I'm going to do boots. Let's do boots. But on the boots, we're going to load up accuracy because I don't really want a substat of speed. I want the primary stat to be speed on my boots. So I'm going to select the accuracy charm and let's go, right? All right. That's a lot of points right there. Okay. All right. We got a gold chest. Boy, look at that. We're getting some chests. We're getting some helmets. We're getting some mythicals. All right. Interesting. I feel like we got some W's here. I just feel like it. I feel like we got some W's. Let's look at this one right here. Speed and accuracy. Flat attack, though, is not the best, but you never know. That might make it into a certain team. Shield, accuracy, speed. There you go. Look at that. That's great. That's great. Like, this will get used. Percent defense. That's great. That's great. That's great. So we're getting some W's here, and we're going to go through it. Now, let's see here. I kind of want to keep this going. Let's see. We have like a lot left. Let's see if I want to throw the speed substat back on that. And also, I don't mess with anything on the top row on this. I just haven't had a need to mess with anything on the top row, like weapon, helmet, shields. I feel like the bottom row is where it's at. But I do want a speed substat as much as possible with this right here. I think speed is the most important in the game. 1,300 points. So I should be moved up quite a bit as far as the clan versus clan. As far as I know, forging artifacts outside of CVC, there's really not a lot of value. Now, I hope this is a speed boot. Let's see if that's a speed boot. Nope, probably won't make it. You know, you need any 6-star speed primary boot is of high value to me. Let's see. I think I want to open one just to get through that right there. I'm kind of wanting to maximize all of my mythicals with some sort of good. So we got accuracy there. Boots are fine. So we can open up. Let's open up all of these. Let's open up 10. We're gonna be fine here. Okay. 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 Chest plates. Okay. All right. I know that as the game goes on, you get better gear and things like that. We're gonna go to the ones that we got from the Forge Pass here now, because I want to, right now on this, I primarily wanted to focus on accuracy and speed, and I've gone through them. Now the recent Forge Pass, let's go down here, was Defiant. I don't know if that's the best one. You know what I mean? It kind of feels okay. You know what I mean? Plus 10% defense, minus 15% damage taken from AoE attacks. I feel like that's similar to Resilience. Not too exciting, frankly. Both of these are not too exciting. I'm finding that I need accuracy and speed a lot more. And this is just, okay, I guess. But you never know what you're going to get, right? I might get something of high value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here, and why not? And I'm just going to try to boost the defense here. Let's load that up. We don't have anything left there. We're going to throw the defense stat up and just see if we can double down on defense. And we're going to open them up until we're out of the defense ones, right? Clan quest complete. That means we got through all the epics. Fantastic. All right. I guess I'm just looking for defense. I don't think defense is all. I mean, certain characters need it for sure. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. All right. We're gonna just blast through this. I'm gonna open up a bunch. I feel like we got through the most exciting part right now, and we are going to max this out as much as possible, and then once this is all done, we're going to be left with 15-16 million, which we can then upgrade the ones. I'm probably going to focus on the ones with the speed stats first, and this is just a process of opening them. I have a 2-week window. Every 2 weeks I just kind of save it up, and hopefully my roster will get stronger and stronger. I know that as time goes on, the game the game is mostly about artifacts. It really is. The game's all about artifacts, and it's a process to get all the good stuff. We're going to speed this up, and we're going to just do it quickly. I feel like we got through the super exciting parts right there. Now I'm going to go over to where I'm going to go is I'm going to pop up here to where are we at? No, not there. We're going to go up to Resilience, which is not nearly as important as Perception. I think Perception's the way to go, but I got some HP, right? So let's do the HPs. I feel like getting as much as possible, like triple stats or having like the stats overlap. You know what I mean? Look at the HP speed. I wish it was a percent HP, of course, but that's probably something that'll get some use. All right, so we've wound this down. Let's take a look if we have any other pieces that are tied to, let's see here. Let's go down the list. I will come back to that for sure. So this is speed and crit damage, right? This is a 4-piece. So I'm going to load up crit damage right there. And we're going to pop that, right? Let's go. Okay. Boy, very mediocre, it looks like. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, we don't have any more of the pieces, so we're just going to collect it. Let's see. Let's go find one that focuses on attack, and then we will do that. Untouchables. Okay, so this one is a resistance set, right? So I'm going to load up the resistance charm. Where are we at? Resistance. There we go. You never know when you're going to need 700 resistance. I don't even know if that's a thing. Probably 400, right, is a thing. I know I got to get my accuracy over 500 every once in a while. I don't know if I have the ability to do much higher than that. All right, let's go through and see if we got any other ones that are going to be of use. Now, the other thing too worth pointing out is I only opened the 5 and 6s and the 3s and 4s. The reason for that is that the 4s and 5s have overlap with the pieces in the 5 and 6s. So where the 3s and 4s don't. And I'm basically just going to open up the 3s and 4s for the points, just to get rid of them. They're going to get sold off. You know, that's for sure. All right, so here is Bloodthirst crit rate. It's an interesting one. Probably can use crit damage or crit rate here. You know, if you're going for a damage build, you're going to want to get your crit rate to 100%, and then your damage wants to be as high as possible. In fact, that's what I think I'm going to do here. I'm going to just blast through that with crit damage. Okay, and then the next one I will do with crit rate. There we go. Split it up a little bit. Okay. I have a feeling that I'm going to sell off a large percentage of all these. Fortitude. Let's see. Let's do resistance on you. There we go. Okay. What else we got? Crit rate, crit damage, resistance. Let's see if we have any other ones we could use. Lethal, crit rate. Well, we kind of did that. Speed. Oh, man. Instinct. That's a great one. Bolster, defiant. All right. I feel like we got through all the big ones. And see where we're at now. We're at 2576 to 2414 as far. And let's see. Am I near the top? Not quite. I'm at second place right here in my line. So I feel like I'm kind of doing my part. Hopefully we get the W. I'm hoping to get some good accessories. What's the one? Bloodshed, or that's super useful against what, the Scarab? Oh my God. I suspect that I've sold some of those off when I do not want to. All right. Hope you found something useful in the video. If you've not done so already, click the link in the description or scan the QR code right here on the screen and you'll get Corrado, Fox Hunter, right from the gate. Then you got Ugo when you get to level 15. That's an epic support champion. Very, very, very useful, especially in Hydra. And then you got Tagor, who's got a team revive. And then my suggestion as a starter champion is to use what? Kale. I don't think it really matters that much which one you pick, but also then in the first 24 hours, go into the tab and type in Monkey King or Desert Queen. Desert Queen's a support. Monkey King is a damage. Monkey King also has a lot of viability late game. Like in-game players tell me that they use Sun Wukong the most out of all of these 5 right here. Monkey King. That's the one I did. I'm pretty happy with Sun Wukong. All right, let me know what you think in the comment section. Bye for now.